gotta ask you about Denzel Washington. Seems so disappointing. He's the star of Gladiator 2. He's gone on record for some odd reason. I actually kissed a man in the film, but they took it out, they cut it. I think they got chicken. I kissed a guy full on lips, and I guess they weren't ready for that yet. I killed him about 5 minutes later. It's Gladiator. It's the kiss of death. Denzel Washington, one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. He's like black folks' version of Marlon Brando. Why is he now? Who am I thinking? Now he's turned himself into Rock Hudson. What? Your thoughts as a woman that Denzel Washington felt like it was necessary to share that he did. I guess as being an actor, they did the kiss of death back in those times. That's where the idiom or the catchphrase comes from. But Denzel. Someone pointed out to me this morning. It's like, so Denzel Washington wouldn't kiss Julia Roberts on camera, but he did. He would a man, and he would talk and brag about it. Your thought?
Jason, I could have gone my whole life without knowing that. And it's so disappointing because it was also presented to me that over the course of his career, he never did a sex scene or any type of strong kissing out of respect for his wife. So you live a whole career that way, yet you go and kiss a man. And what's also frustrating is that they all feel like they have to pledge allegiance to the alphabet mafia. And that, when people have said they have to do this ritual, years ago, I thought, okay, maybe that's not true, but apparently it is, because in some form of fashion, they always have to let you know, I don't hate the gays or I don't hate the trans. I'm really a friend. And it's frustrating because I think we all know people that are gay. I have some people that I know personally who are gay, but I don't feel any type of allegiance to them. I don't feel like I need to say, well, if there was no man, I'd be with the woman, or sometimes I think about being with a woman. Like, it's silly to me. And the fact that he would brag about this, if it's out of the movie, thank God, because you really could have done a kiss of death on a cheek. For me, I don't care what they did in history. That's what you could have done. Forehead kiss would have been a little gay, but a kiss on the cheek would have been fine. But the fact that he's sitting here, they're not ready for it. No, we aren't. Thank whoever made it go to the cutting floor.
Look, having friends, family members, people I've worked with who are gay, I harbor no animus towards them individually. Many of them I actually love. I had an aunt that, she's still alive, but she's, in a assisted living, but gay, loved her partner. But I just want to be clear. I don't think you're suggesting this, but I want to be clear. It's not about hating gay people. It's about disagreeing with the lifestyle choice and sticking to a biblical worldview of like, hey, my gluttony, again, you're never going to hear me promote my gluttony. You're never going to hear that. And so I'm not going to promote the homosexual lifestyle because I think it's harmful for the individuals. I think it's harmful for the society. It's why we have so much gender confusion going on with our kids and all that. And that's where I think there is a rite of passage in Hollywood and in the music and entertainment industry that you have to promote that lifestyle. It's not that I want to promote hatred. I just want to say, I just want to stay clear on my biblical side that I disagree with that lifestyle. They now have to promote it, and this is Denzel Washington. I said this, someone made a reference to Denzel and him holding the line, and they said this a couple of years ago, and I said to someone, I was like, did you catch when Amy Schumer or somebody at the Academy Awards, they went out, gay, 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 and don't say gay, and they did the whole, and I said, did you see when the camera panned who was clapping? I said, it was Denzel Washington. And so I'm telling you, you can't reach that level of stardom in Hollywood without going through that rite of passage and to be in good standing. It's like there's certain things Denzel won't do, but there's certain things he's required to do.
All right, Shalom. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakak, Wadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching this truth that's going all around the earth. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. It's your brother, Atazawan from the Great Millstone here in St. Louis. Going to jump into a really, really quick lesson. All right, we saw the clip, right? And that guy is, I believe his name is Jason Whitlock. Okay, he used to, if I'm not mistaken, be a reporter, a sports reporter or anchor of some type, columnist, all right, for the Detroit Free Press some years ago. And he used to be on ESPN Takeout with Wilborn and I forget the other guy's name. Anyway, so now, some years ago he was basically put out of the entertainment, television entertainment, sports entertainment realm, right? So he started his own podcast. I would imagine that's what there was. And, he reports on various different things, sports-wise. But here we see, he was going into Denzel Washington and this alleged kiss, all right, that was cut out of the scene of the movie Gladiator 2, I believe. All right, and this is supposed to be a real big deal, real big film. All right, and this just goes to show you, and then let me back up here. Not Wilborn, but this guy's name is slipping my mind. Whitlock. Jason Whitlock is, as you heard him say, his biblical principles and so on and so forth, which I think is why they really got rid of him off of several of those ESPN shows. But he tries to, convey the fact that he has a standard, a biblical or moral standard that he just, set boundaries by, and those boundaries he will not cross, right? But even so, the men of the Lord have been telling you about what goes on in the entertainment world and the sports world, right? So we're not shocked about any stories that come out about any of these people that operate in Hollywood, and that's the bottom line. All of them are wacky and crazy and demonic, okay, demon-filled, all right, do all types of rituals and such matters, okay, to keep their fame and popularity and keep their money coming in, all right? And Denzel Washington is no different. Okay, all right. If there be any truth to the story, if he wasn't making the story up, okay, then that he, full on kissed a man on the lips, okay. There's acting, and then there's then there's acting, right? All right. So certain things, you should set boundaries for, no matter how much money they offer you, right? If you call yourself an actor. But anyway, Denzel's been an actor for 40 years now, okay? And I've never heard of a story like this before. So there's alleged stories that are coming out, about whether he is or he isn't, okay? And you know what I mean by that. All right, so anyway, let's get to the scriptures, because we know that is a lifestyle, right, that is not pleasing to the Heavenly Father, okay? And let this be a warning to all of you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out there. Hold these actors and actresses and musicians and rappers and stuff in such high regard, but you really don't know the things that they do behind closed doors, okay? Most people, when you look at these particular figures, you fall in love with the image that they put before you, or a character that they played, okay? You look at an athlete based on his abilities, his natural God-given abilities, right? But you really don't know the seediness and the things that they're really into behind closed doors, okay? and for 2/3 of our people. And by the way, Denzel Washington is an Israelite. You know, his father was from the West Indies, if I'm not mistaken, and was a preacher. Okay, so he is an Israelite. So 2/3 of our people are wicked as hell. All right, and we go through this almost every week, you know, putting out lessons, okay, to show you all out there, you know, who watch, you know, there's no reason to hold these people up on a pedestal. Okay, they're flawed human beings. All right. So anyway, let's jump into the scripture. I said I wasn't gonna make this real long. This Jeremiah 2:28, it reads, but where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise, if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble. For according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. Right. So the southern kingdom was going off, right, and had gone into idolatry, following behind even the northern kingdom, right? And like we say, you know, most of your so-called celebrities, actors, athletes, musicians are Jake, okay? A lot of them are from the southern kingdom, you see, and have gone into idolatry, man, you know, and have forgotten the Lord power. All right, going on to verse 29, it says, wherefore will ye plead with me? Ye all have transgressed against me, saith the Lord Yahweh, right? You know, this whole idea of trying to be a quote unquote star in Hollywood or a celebrity, you see, causes you to have to what? Concentrate on trying to make it, right? And you won't put that kind of energy towards serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, but you will put that kind of effort and energy into some wicked madness, right? Because you just want to make it. You don't want to be poor no more, right? You want to be a star. You want people to fawn after you and fall all over you when they see you, right? You want to be yourself an idol, okay? Verse 30, in vain have I smitten your children, they receive no correction. Your own sword have devoured your prophets like a destroying lion, right? And so when you look at the prophets, many of the prophets, were killed by their own people. Okay? Verse 31, O generation, see ye the word of the Lord Yahweh. Have I been a wilderness unto Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore say my people, where are lords? Salakia, we are lords, we will come no more unto thee. See, and that's what happens, is that when they do make it to a certain level, they think that, well, God didn't have nothing to do with it. I did all this on my own. I'm my own God, so on and so forth. You become boastful and you become proud and you forget all about the Lord. Okay? Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. Right? Here's the point. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. Right. So you heard him say that, you know, Denzel was in an audience during some kind of award ceremony and was applauding the fact that don't call people, you know, the GAY word, you know, and he was acknowledging that, you know, I guess people are people and let people be free to be whatever they are. Okay. Straddling the fence, right? Because he doesn't want to be ostracized, you know, with his fan base, you see, and lose his fame and popularity and his opportunity. See, none of these people are going to be outspoken for the truth, right? They got too much to risk. You see, this is Romans 1, and let's jump in verse 18. All right. And it reads, for the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, right? Who hold the truth in unrighteousness. Okay, it's talking about those who knew the truth, discarded the truth, go back in the world, right? Teach all the wrong things and become basically friends of the world again. All right. But in this case, when you read that, For the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men. You know, what Denzel Washington, if it be true, if the stories are true, you know, is going up against the Most High. All right? Point blank, period. Because that which, verse 19, because that which may be known of the Most High is manifest in them, for the Most High has showed it unto them. And he claimed to have his, Denzel, that is, to be extremely religious, right? He's got his quote unquote Christian faith. Okay, well, if you knew anything, then you would know that what you're supporting is wrong. And you know that kissing a man in the mouth, right, be it for acting or any other reason, is not a good work. It's not a good look. It's unrighteous. Okay? For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse, because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish hearts were darkened. And most of those jakes that work in Hollywood or in entertainment and what have you, okay, their minds are in the dark, okay? They basically worship Satan, all right, to keep getting all these goodies, right, to keep signing those $10 million contracts to do whatever it is they're asked to do, okay, to show up and perform, to be in a certain series of commercials for a corporation or whatever it may be, endorsement deals, okay. Verse 22, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible power into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things, right? Idolatry again. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, right? And that's getting into what? The alphabet lifestyle that you heard them talking about, and going to push that agenda. And who's the spearhead of that agenda? Esau, Edom, particularly Amalek, all right? Because they run the sports world, the entertainment world, they run Hollywood, okay? The JOOSs, okay? They're the ones who are funding this and pushing this agenda so hard, okay? For this cause, the Most High gave them up unto vile affection, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burning in their own lust one toward another. Men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet, right? So the Lord would be justified in if he decided to take Denzel Washington off this planet today, all right, just for the sheer wickedness, all right? And so when it happens, don't y'all get to crying and be all upset, you know, talking about, oh, gone too soon and all this. He's walking around now with a bald head and a bald face, okay? All right? And he's an Israelite, you see? So when the Lord take him off the planet, don't sit there and cry for him. Verse 28, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, right? Sleeping with each other, same sex, see? Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. So when you side with them and you trim your ways, right, because you don't want to offend anybody, okay, you're trimming your ways, then you're siding with with the wickedness that they're doing, then guess what? You're worthy of death as well. All right. Not only to do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them right. You won't call them out for being wicked and wrong, right? So you're deserving of whatever the Lord brings to you. Leviticus 20 and 13, it reads, if a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, Salakia. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. You see? So, people will try to dismiss it and say, oh, that's just great acting. No, you probably could do the scene without that. And it'll translate on film. Okay? James 4:4, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh. Okay? So when you compromise yourself, just for the fan base to love you, right? To be a friend of the world, okay? You're an enemy to the Most High. It's Ecclesiasticus 12 and 6. For the Most High hateth sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Right. That's the judgment that was meet. Okay. The judgment that's coming to you is warranted by the Most High. Okay. We'll get the last scripture and tie this down. Let's go over here to Proverbs 23 and verse 17. It reads, let not thine heart envy sinners, right? Because you got a lot of Jake. You envy these people because of their fame and popularity, because they live in Bel Air and Hollywood and the Hollywood Hills and live in 15, 30, $40 million glass mansions, all right? You envy them because of their lifestyle, okay? But they're sinners. You see, let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long, for surely there is an end, right? So their end will come, okay? All right. We'll finish it out. It says, for surely there is an end, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. Hear thou, my son, and be wise, and guide thine heart in the way. Be not among wine bibbers, among riotous eaters of flesh, right? So, don't be, this party seeker, okay, and hanging around the sinners, trying to indulge yourself in all the wickedness that they're into, okay? That you got to keep your mind right. And you do that by having that fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, so that do it for the lesson. Like I said, I was going to keep it as short as I could, but I saw that and just had to tap in on it, okay, and do this quick lesson. All right, Lord willing, it was edifying. And understand this, though they be famous, there's a day of vengeance that's coming for them. All right, and you don't want to be there. All right, with that, I end the lesson. Shalom.